What's going on, guys? I'm working on a 1999 Nissan Quest. It had an issue where the turn signals were not working. I'm going to tell you how I fixed it and the things that you can check to see, maybe what's going on with your Quest. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I was able to fix this by messing around with the hazard switch up here. I was turning it on and off, and then it eventually, after doing that a couple times, it started working. The reason for that in this car is because there was a bad connection at one of the switches inside the hazard switch that supplies power to the combination flasher unit. The bad connection was keeping any sort of power from going to the bulb through the turn signal switch circuit. Right off the bat, you're gonna want to check the turn signal fuse, which is a 10 amp fuse. It is this one right here. After you pull this out, I checked the fuse and I found that the fuse was fine. And so my next step was to see if there's any power getting to the combination flasher unit. And if there was power getting to it, I was going to bypass this and see if the lights would come on after being bypassed. If you bypass this and then the lights come on, they will just come on and stay on. They will no longer flash. This is the flasher unit here. I've pulled it down. It normally is found up here, right? So I pulled it down and I disconnected it, and I measured for power, I measured for voltage between the orange and the black wire. The orange and the black wire. Orange is supposed to be getting power from the hazard switch, and the black wire is supposed to go to ground. And I did not measure power, which is unusual. I knew my fuse was good, and I assumed that the ground was good because the hazard lights were working. So I looked up, the only thing in between the fuse and the flasher unit is the hazard switch. So that's when I decided to mess with the switch and got it to work. If you do measure power between the orange and the ground, then you know that the hazard switch is providing power through it, and you know that your fuse is good, you know that your ground is good. What you would do then is you would take a paper clip and you would bridge between the orange and the purple wire. So you would disconnect this and you would bridge the orange and the purple wire here. After doing that, when you go to turn the turn signal on, you will see the indicator light come on and stay on if everything else is good. And you will then go ahead and change the combination flasher unit. However, if you bridge this and the light still doesn't come on, the turn signal light still doesn't come on, then you would want to take this area apart to where you could better test this directly. But as for me, I've got it working, and I'm gonna let the guy know that the turn signals should continue to work unless he messes with this switch. But the long-term solution for him would be to go ahead and get a new hazard switch. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.